Dominican Republic. What a country. Guys, I recently visited Dominican Republic and decided to make a special two-part video. In part one, I'm going to cover my living quarters, food, and activities. Part two will cover DR's fun nightlife, expenses, and my overall conclusion. So without further ado, let's get into this one.
Huh? Okay.
So, the flight from London Gatwick to Punta Cana was around 8.5 hours. We flew with TUI, and as soon as we found our transport, we were literally crowded out by locals who wanted to help us with our luggage. Although they were trying to help, coming off of a long flight and then being surrounded for tips essentially wasn't exactly what I was expecting, so be aware of this. We got to our resort, which is called Margaritaville. As you're gonna have a look, it is a beautiful resort. So we were met by some extremely polite hotel staff who gave us complimentary drinks and assisted us with any questions we had. Got taken to our rooms after we checked in, and in all honesty, I was pleasantly surprised with our hotel room. It was furnished so well, very clean, and aesthetically looked amazing, with amazing views. Rooms were serviced every day with fresh towels, general cleanliness, and any extra services we may have requested was done so with no fuss and essentially with a smile on their face, which deserved the extra tip. As I mentioned before, Dominican Republic or DR is essentially or has essentially a tipping culture. It is obviously close to the Americas, so do expect that. But they do work very, very hard, and the economy there isn't as it is with European countries or any other first world countries. So they do work very hard for the tips, and we did tip relatively generously. As you can see here, amazing facilities. In fact, the hotel was probably better than a lot of the hotels in the UK. So there you go. Food and drink at the resort was very good and maintained at a high standard. They recognised what tourists want over the years and have tried their best to cater to them. For breakfast, we went to a place called the Boathouse, where it was a buffet style breakfast. They'd make fresh omelette every day with the ingredients of your choice, fresh juices, coffees, and teas, along with morning desserts like pain au chocolat and croissants. So we were really taken care of. For the afternoon and evenings, there were many choices of restaurants, such as a steakhouse, burger joint, Cajun food, Japanese restaurant, along with a Mediterranean restaurant. So there really wasn't a need to venture outside of the resort for food and drink. Oh, and there was a convenience store on site for any other extra bits and pieces you may require, such as a quick to-go morning coffee. So it was really well taken care of. You could also order room service, and it'd be a variety of choices there, which we were again really surprised with. And I missed out on an Italian restaurant, as you can see here. Now, with the Italian, that actually had it was more of a fine dining experience, and in this section, you can actually see that they had a VIP area where essentially it was a wine room, and you could eat there and have a choice of your wines along with the food that you were eating. So, the resort staff would make an extra effort for residents to enjoy their stay, along with extra specialty services provided at the resort, such as massage, hydrotherapy. But the main part of the resort where I think everyone ventured to and enjoyed was the 5 o'clock somewhere bar. A bar essentially located within the pool, and many drinks were served and enjoyed. By the pool area, staff would host events such as phone parties, games like volleyball, drinking games, and more. But it was also nice to enjoy these moments with other guests at the resort who came from across the globe to enjoy and relax. Now, guys, just to make you aware, Dominican Republic is essentially a a Spanish-speaking country. So my Espanol poquito, I don't even know if I've said that right, but my Spanish isn't that great. Luckily, I had a friend with me who could speak Spanish. So a lot of the staff, as much as they do speak English, Spanish is their first language. And if you venture outside of the resort, that's what you'll mainly get, Spanish-speaking people. So just be aware of that, guys. So guys, that's it for part one. I hope you enjoyed it. So click on the link for part two, where I'll be covering the amazing nightlife, especially if you're single, going over the expenses for the vacation, and my overall thoughts. So I'll see you in the next one.